I know some are aware of this, but I know just for me, it's just like really getting some aha moments. But like, if you are a person other than doing, some of us use our channeling abilities for different situations, and I'm starting to see why it's been coming up a lot dealing with the Edgar Casey energy. But long story short, because I see how that could go into a tangent. Like if you're a strong channeler, becoming an author or becoming a person who writes fictional stories, because for one, no matter what nobody say or think, a story has to come from somewhere, you know. It may not be in this dimension, you know, right now, or it might not be in this realm right now. And I even say that because right now, simultaneously, multiple dimensions exist. So, more so to some people's limited, perception, let's just say, to some people's limited perception, some stories may seem like they're fiction or like oh, that cannot be possible, that cannot exist. But again, we live in a realm where multi dimensions is layered into, one experience. But if you are a person who channels, and in some things we may channel, maybe things that's so, you know, could be so uncomfortable to our human aspect or to our human experience that it has to be turned into, oh, Harry Potter, Star Wars, you know. like again, Marvel Comics, you know. It has to be turned into, you know, these types of stories, that's considered fiction, although, some of us may understand that it does have, no truth to it, more truth than not, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, because what I'm realizing again, that's part of a skill set, you know, well, like say for instance, if you're a channeler, you may be like trying to find like, again, when we have an inspiration and we have a certain gift, it needs an outlet, in essence. Because literally, it's like being constipated. If we have like this gift and we have this, it's creativity or just this ability to channel certain things coming up, but yet we're not able to release it, you know what I'm saying? And now it makes sense, with making a lot of, videos where I was like, talking about these things. But again, like I said with the video about, about the nut house or the crazy house and how the nut house or the crazy house is really uh indirectly like a form of policing information, in essence. Contrary to belief. Again, like the only difference between somebody in the nut house and the author is that the author just said that their story is fictional. Literally, that's it. And I'm laughing, you know what I'm saying, but it's crazy how, what I'm saying, like, just that whole situation, like just like one shift in the way you do something could change your whole outcome of how your experience is, you know what I'm saying, in this realm. And again, especially with, sharing certain insight, you know what I'm saying? Cause again, like again, the HP Lovecraft stories, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, it just came out of thin air, or I just, but it's fictional probably, or it's just a dream, you know what I'm saying? When on a deeper level, dreams ain't just dreams, you know? But again, it's like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Cause again, the person who channeled, the Star again, like Star Wars or Harry Potter. Now that person could be like, hey, you know, in real life, people are magicians and their words is magic, and we all got magic wands that we use, and like imagine how that would be received from a person staying straightforward, like, hey, this is real, compared to like if a person just like, oh, you know what? I'm turn this into a fictional story, you know? Again, and look at the big substantial difference. Like you could either be thrown in a nut house or be a millionaire in one shift of the way you present the same form of information. You know what I'm saying? Like that. All pun intended, that's crazy. Oh shit, that shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, for real. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Again, to all the channelers out there, you know what I'm saying, who may be channeling certain stories, you know. And again, and I realize my energy in like for one, like, oh, it can be done, but I realize why it would take so much of me like meditating and just staying to myself a lot, meditating a lot, you know, constantly doing things to stay light, because again, when you're sharing certain, stories, especially if, again, like, because unlike an author, I would share certain stories and be like, bam, like, this ain't fiction, this is fact, you know what I'm saying? And doing it in a manner where I was also like skillful enough, and I'm grateful, you know what I'm saying, skillful and enough to present this insight without, you know what I'm saying, doing it like to be able to do it in a manner that again like it's proven that, it's not crazy because it's resting on certain universal laws and certain facts that's proven and backed up, you know what I'm saying? And making certain references to certain people, places, and things that help, establish the stability of like, all right, you can't call this crazy, especially if you're gonna kiss the ass of this author person or, whoever, you know what I'm saying, then you definitely can't call me. Again, that's why I reference Edgar Casey a lot, or some would call Jung work, because these are beings that certain people like, oh, their work was great or this and that. All right. Well, if they could, you know what I'm saying? If Carl Jung could write the Red Book and certain things without being considered, quote unquote crazy or, what I'm saying, delusional, then, what's the difference from me sharing these things on my YouTube channel straight up, you know? Uh, and that's a powerful thing too. Again, like being able to have that, again, like the words and the thoughts, the air element is like a sword for real, it's like, and it is not that I was, again, like fighting against something. I mean, to some extent in the manner of like, again, you know, most of the people in the realm just automatically give in to like, all right, yeah, let me just turn this into a fictional story. And again, I see why though, because you do have to be spiritually, energetically, emotionally, just you gotta be like so strong to be like upfront with that type of insight without being considered crazy, you know, to the point where it's like, all right, yeah, all right, let me just not say these things are true and just call myself an author and turn these channeled truths into fictional books and fictional stories. You know what I'm saying? It'll be way more easier. And that's where it comes in, where also I realize, because another thing, what what may be forced in that moment is like by me trying to be straightforward about it to that extent, it's almost like trying to, say it for people to get it. in a sense and it's coming from a place to try to get people who not really meant to get it. And it's like, like, nah, just make fictional book. Again, like, comics, you know what I'm saying? It's like those who get it. Those who don't, oh yeah, it's a cool comic book, so it's a win-win situation. Fucking Stan Lee not considered crazy, you know what I'm saying? The creators of Doctor Strange ain't seeming crazy. And then again, but that's another thing too though. Part of what I've felt that I've been here to do is though to create like a little space and wiggle room, so that shit won't be able to be called, crazy. Cause it's like, look at all these people being praised for the same thing that somebody else will get called crazy for. And that shit is again, crazy, you know. Again, cause some of the creators of the Doctor Strange comics, it was admitted that they would take psychedelics and write. And it's a fact that when you take, again, like ayahuasca is honored as a true and real experience. You know what I'm saying? Like mushroom, here it is. Where Terrence McKenna could talk about this and not seem crazy, but then, and again, it all goes off of yourself. First and foremost, you gotta know you're not crazy, and be strong and solid in knowing you're not crazy. Because again, nobody could label you anything because you are the creator of your experience. You have to subconsciously start to think like, oh, maybe I'm crazy, and then that's what allows for that type of experience to come to you. You know what I'm saying? But again, just turn it into a fictional story. For those of us who know, we'll catch the hint, hint, wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, comic, oh, fictional story, oh, new movie. You know, all right. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. That's the message. You know what I'm saying for right now. But just definitely, catching some realizations. And I'm like, yeah, being an author, it's like it's definitely a great avenue for those who channel insight. Because again, some of us may channel stuff mostly just for medical remedies. Some of us may channel certain, again, spiritual insight. You know what I'm saying? Uh, some of us may channel certain, and I even say stories, but certain aspects of our existence, you know, again, because that awareness, is in essence a part of like, bringing it into the physical. Again, like as above, so below, as within, so without. If it exists in the higher planes, it's going to exist in this realm. Again, though, it's just like within this realm, though, it's been presented as fictional stories because within this realm, the space wasn't created in order for a person to say these things straightforward, It was always under the guise of, it had to be, and I say had to, but for the most part, again, like under the guise of, fictional stories, and comic books and, old Lovecraft, H.P. Lovecraft just came up with this, and Star Wars just came up, and you know what I'm saying? All this just came up, you know what I'm saying? So, like Jupiter ascending in the Matrix just came to a person, It's really a fictional story. That being said, again, just again, the channelers, you know what I'm saying? People who gain certain type of insight, and again, and I guess people who channel and are in essence, storytellers in their true genuine sense of being. Again, like you exist, that is your gift for a reason. So again, like could be fictional books. But peace, peace. Now to vibrate, not too far in the future, not too far in the past. Right now.